And we are back with another episode of the podcast presented by Simple Math Matrix. It's your boy, Mr. aka Super 357, best known as Prince Godbody, and I'm joined by
the God King Hoopla.
And this week we will start off with the sad news, of course, in our usual fashion. I will start off by saying rest in peace to both Bob Barker and Bray Wyatt. Bob Barker, everybody in America knows Bob Barker from The Price is Right, or at least from our generation up knows Bob Barker from being on The Price is Right.
Yeah.
You know, staying home from school sick, seeing Bob Barker on TV doing it. Like he's a national, even in Happy Gilmore. Even if you don't know him from Price is Right, he was in Happy Gilmore. Yeah, he played a really fucking funny role in Happy Gilmore, which is one of my favorite Adam Sandler films. Because I'm one of those people that's actually an Adam Sandler fan. Fuck you. But rest in peace. Yeah, he lived to be 99. So
yeah. Price was right.
And it's because of him, you know, we remember to get our pets spayed or neutered.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he was a huge proponent of like pet population control. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Like make sure you spay and neuter your cats and dogs and such.
I ain't know that thing.
That was his like platform. That was his extra platform.
I didn't know.
So
that.
yeah,
I had no idea. I have to look into that. That sounds hilarious, to be honest.
I mean, it could be a problem. Like, a lot of wild dogs and cats would not be a good thing.
You just eat them.
No, you wouldn't eat them probably, but it would not be, especially in America. Like it's not built for wild. Like very few parts of America are built for wild animals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then again, America's one of those places where like you can get like 50 different experiences in one country.
Yeah, exactly. Like you go like to the Met, like out west and shit like that in those open states with nothing.
Also, we gotta pay respects to wrestler Dog. You know what I didn't know?
What?
His dad was Mike Rotunda from like the IRS, like the not the IRS, but the wrestling faction.
Oh damn.
Yeah, Wyndham Rotunda, also known as Bray Wyatt. We do want to give our respects to him. He was one of the bigger wrestlers in the current like wrestling industry. He hadn't wrestled for a while because of health complications. Turns out that he had a heart condition and then caught COVID, and that's what exacerbated, I guess, the heart condition and led to his passing. But rest in peace to Bray Wyatt. The Fiend persona was like one of the biggest things that hit the WWE in
the past 15, 20 years.
I say in decades.
Yeah.
And people they really fucking wanted to see him back on a consistent basis.
Especially the Wyatt family too, when they had their trio.
Yeah, the whole Wyatt family.
Yeah.
The Wyatt, everything he's done everything he's touched has turned to gold. I remember like the first time I saw the Playhouse that he did and how fucking obscure it was, and I was like, wow, WWE is finally trying to do something semi-adult, maybe not adult, but
almost
not PG.
Like,
PG-13 maybe. Like it was.
It had remnants of the glory days of WWE.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
The obscurity of it, yeah.
Because it's like almost like a Mankind McFoley type deal mixed with an Undertaker like dark persona.
It was pretty much every persona that's ever worked in one.
Yeah.
And it was fucking amazing. So yeah.
And he had great storylines with a lot of good people.
Yeah, and he had a crazy finisher.
Yeah, the Sister Abigail.
That
one of that thing's tough.
Yeah, that shit was
They
crazy.
had to get buffed a little bit too.
Yeah, it was one of those protected Jones.
Yeah.
So rest in peace to Bray Wyatt and Bob Barker. Moving on, I guess we should talk about that backwards if I wanted to make this transition. But the elderly will be elderly. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, he glitched again.
Yeah.
And I say this to say this has happened before.
Yeah,
we've seen Mitch McConnell just freeze in the midst of a press conference or just talking before and having to be led away. And at first it's like, okay, maybe he had a stroke or a seizure, because that's usually like if it's not, you know, when you have a seizure or a stroke, you don't always fall out and shit. Like a lot of that has to do with your brain, so your brain is just lapsing.
Yeah.
That's what those conditions are, you know, for the most part, not a stroke, but more so a seizure. Your brain is lapsing. So the first time people thought, you know, maybe he had a seizure, and that's what happened. Like that was the most like, because you know people really want to joke about it because people who really hate him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But outside of that, he has what I would think would be a seizure, in public. And then it happens again earlier today. And at this point, where you see stuff like this, and then the woman that's in the wheelchair, I don't want to mispronounce her name, I want to say it's like not even going to try it.
Mm-hmm.
But her daughter is like her power of attorney. And there are people that are obviously, regardless of age, because you can be spry at whatever age if you've taken care of yourself, if God willing, that's happened to you. But if once it's very like fucking evident that you are not capable of living a normal life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like especially like when you're handling the lives of people and people's decisions for them, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shouldn't there be some type of immediate evacuation of that position?
I mean, anybody can have health complications.
Anybody can have health complications, but shouldn't they have to vacate their...
No.
If you have health complications, it's different. Like breaking your leg and being pregnant, being pregnant is not a health complication, but it's something that could impede your work depending on what you do for work. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that health incidents should bar you from working. But when you're just... It's evident that you can barely like take care of yourself. Like if you're freezing in the middle of conversations frequently, and you're a public figure especially at that level,
mm-hmm.
there has to be a line where for public safety you're withdrawn from office. And not even in a disrespectful way. It'd be different if he was in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? If he couldn't walk or if he couldn't see or something like that, that would be different.
I mean,
but once you can't communicate,
you can't say that because dang, you see, I was just talking about how good I am in history. I can't think about it right now. Dang, the president that was in a wheelchair.
He was in a wheelchair. He had polio. Being in a wheelchair is different than having Alzheimer's at the end and having your wife sign documents for you. That happened for another president.
Yeah.
So he should not have been in office. Being in a wheelchair with polio, that should not bar you from office. That's different. Like, yeah, you're the commander-in-chief, but you're not on the front lines.
Yeah.
Especially, even then, in this day and age, you're not on the front lines. So, no. It's different. When your brain is gone, it's a lot different than your body being gone.
Yeah. I attribute that to age. You said don't do it, but I am.
Well, no, I mean, we can attribute it to age, yes.
That's why I think there should be
But there's not a current, but the thing is, my grandmother at 81, my great-grandmother, I don't have a grandmother that's 81 right now, but my great-grandmothers, when they were 81, they weren't freezing in sentences.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing, the degression, like, I
think figures need physicals. They need yearly physicals.
Well,
the way, like,
but passing a physical doesn't mean your brain passes. And that's what I'm saying. Your physical doesn't fucking matter. It's about your brain.
But then anybody can have a brain problem anytime.
Exactly.
Anybody.
So if you get in a car crash and you have a traumatic brain injury, I'm not trying to downplay anybody with those, but you probably should not deserve to hold a position of power that high. Not deserve, but
that kind of sounds fucked
not
up.
deserve, but you should that position should definitely be interned or refilled immediately.
Kind of sounds fucked up. But
it sounds fucked up, but for the safety of other people. Because you're not just handling decisions for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're handling decisions for a nation of people.
I think I don't know exactly what his job is, but I don't think it's that important.
If it was, they wouldn't be asking him. If it wasn't, they wouldn't be telling him to get the fuck on.
If it was...
The people that fucking work at Walmart, that check the tickets at the door, that are old as shit, can't do shit. Nobody tells them to get the fuck on because they're too old. You know why? Because they don't matter. Not like that. But
that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm trying to figure out.
He matters. He's the minority leader for the Senate, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He speaks for the Senate. He speaks for the Republicans in the Senate.
Mm.
He is their figurehead.
Shit. They need to remove
I ain't talking about knowing being a history buff.
Then I just said
I just
found
You don't know no government,
I just
but you know
said I was fucking
they go hand in hand.
We just went on a whole U.S. government tangent. No, we didn't. We didn't. We really didn't. But
I feel bad for him for having to be in front of, like, in the public and this shit happening to him. Because this happens to elderly people every day. All of us, a lot of us have grandparents, great-grandparents that have had or have dementia, Alzheimer's. So we have experienced this. But that's not something, you wouldn't want your grandmother to be on TikTok and you fucking taking videos of her not being able to remember shit or try. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to hold you. One, I wouldn't do that. And two, I don't kind of care because he is a public figure. Like, you know what I'm saying? You are a public figure. And that's the thing. You're going to have cameras on. You're in the government.
But if his brain...
You're talking about what he is.
Okay, if we're jumping from our assumptions, and his brain is going to the point where he's already, like blanking out in public, it's the people around him that aren't helping him out. You know what I'm saying? It's the people around him that are doing a disservice to him.
Of course, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to point out.
It's probably just a control factor. Now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He has such a notoriety and reputation in politics that him being a figurehead means a fucking lot.
Yeah.
Whether you love or hate Mitch McConnell, his resume is extensive. So you have to, he's being used at this point, but it's so fucking, but it's nasty. It's disgusting.
I mean, it's politics.
Yeah, it's politics, but this is when politics crosses almost over, not even almost, but definitely over into real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is when more so the ethics play a part. Like, you got to look at the people surrounding him like, what the fuck? That's all I'm saying.
People are fucked up.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the plain, simple fact.
Yeah.
People are always and forever going to be fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, very true. Such is the case with R. Kelly.
Yes.
But now R. Kelly's victims are getting some type of retribution, which I think is great. Like, no matter how much I play the fucking music and I like it, those people were fucking traumatized and they do deserve everything that, like, $500 million that UMG is going to pay out to R. Kelly's victims for all the crimes perpetrated against him. And one, this is good, but two, this is really surprising. I would have never thought that UMG...
A label will have to...
Would have, not would have had to, or would have conceded it and not just fought as hard as they could to keep that money.
I don't... Really, because it's been 20, 25, 30 years.
Do you think it's because of the time frame,
Definitely
or that because of how the music was funded through them? They were technically complacent in all the crimes. Which one is it?
Probably both.
Is it legitimate guilt, legitimate empathy/sympathy, or trying to save their ass? Which one do you believe it is?
Sympathy, I don't know, because it's money. Money doesn't really... Giving away money doesn't, that you probably didn't want to give away in the first place doesn't always equate to sympathy. So I'm not going to say that. But empathy, probably not. But it's probably simply because, A, the time frame, the day and time we live in, and the money that they would have probably lost if they actually did try to fight that.
UMG wouldn't have lost that much money. You think all those victims had enough money to really sue UMG? This is Universal Music Group we're talking about. Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
It's like, no. They wouldn't have won that. I mean, they would have won that, rather. And they could have drawn it out. Like, the thing is, with those companies, they have unlimited money, so it doesn't matter. They just keep drawing it out.
True about that.
And just drain you out of your bank before you can even really take it to court. That's the real game with that.
Well, then probably they just want to get, caught up in it.
Yeah, you think they just felt they would go, and that's what I felt like. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, good for the victims, but this was UMG, just not one to be called being complacent for something as crazy as this.
Or they just wanted to help Kels out a little bit.
Kels is not going to get any money.
I know he's not getting any money.
How is that helping him? No, I'm saying how is that
helping him paying some money that he don't have.
The thing is, even if you sue someone, you think the label would go back?
Because Kels still has to give somebody the money that he does have to them.
He doesn't have any money.
The money that
He doesn't have any money. That's the thing. Like, that was kind of his thing from the get-go. He knew he was fucked from Jump Street because he didn't have no money to fight the case.
Oh, shit.
He didn't have no money to fight the case. You know what I'm saying? His money's gone. That's why everybody flipped on him, because they were complacent too, and the money was gone. This is a fucking perfect case. R. Kelly and specific is a perfect case of when somebody goes down who was doing totally wrong, and everybody who was kind of helping them, not exactly doing what they were doing, but maybe driving the cars or, you know, looking the other way, when they start fessing up. You know what I'm saying? This is what it's like. We're going to see this with the Donald Trump RICO. We saw it with the YSL one. Like, this just wasn't a RICO. This was just real life.
Yeah.
You know, not real life, but this was
all
just...
this shit is real life.
Yeah, this was just not handled the same way. That's all that was.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I don't think Kale's smart enough to have a RICO.
Well, yeah, because they called him clean.
Yeah, they called him clean. I mean, he made videotapes.
Yeah, me's a dumb guy.
He made VCR tapes in the later 2000s.
Dumb guy with dumb ideas. Almost like Skip.
A trifling guy.
Yeah, trifling.
These aren't dumb ideas, they're disgusting ideas.
Yeah, I'm about to say, dumb is under. I wasn't saying that, I was saying it.
I understand, but you gotta put it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely disgusting. I'm not trying to excuse that at all. I was trying to get a transition and it was bad. So I take that one. I take that double dribble real quick. I'll take that double dribble. Yeah, but, you know, I've cleaned it up because I still got sports in there. Skip fucked up.
He did?
You don't think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so it's 2-3 days into the new Undisputed with Keyshawn Johnson, Michael Irvin, Skip, and fucking Roger Sherman. And Richard Sherman. Why did I say Roger? Richard Sherman. And it is just a screaming match between those three and Skip doing the weirdest fucking left field interviews ever. Like Yellow Beezy was literally on Undisputed today.
Yeah, that was weird.
Do you think this was actually a good move? Because we talked about it last week and we said it was going to be a bad move.
No. So I am correct. But because anytime you have three black men arguing about sports, and a white man's trying to argue too, nothing's good the white man's never gonna say anything in the ladder of the whole argument. Cause they need a mediator.
Yeah, they do need a moderator. One, two, I don't know. See, the thing with Skip has to control the conversation.
Exactly.
Skip has to lead. So when Skip loses control of the conversation, it's going to go nowhere. Because they're not talking about shit for real. Like, when they start to get in the shout matches, it's all antics.
Mm-hmm.
It's to see who can pull the biggest antic, who can fucking get the biggest laugh, who can get the biggest reaction. It's not... In the beginning, I don't think people give a fuck really about sports analysis in it. So that's what they're thinking about. Like, they don't give a fuck about sports analysis for real. They just want to hear some outlandish shit. So that's what they're trying to give. And now Skip's in the background. He's like, okay, so I hipped the show up. I made the show more hip. Yeah. And he did
that new Lil Wayne intro too.
But he made the show more hip if it was 2005 or 2008. That's the thing. These guys he got are nobody that anybody cares about outside of Michael Irvin. And really for Michael Irvin to be Michael Irvin, he just kind of got to be on his own island. As far as being a personality-wise.
Oh, yeah.
He just kind of got to be
on his own thing. I like him with Stephen A. I think that's probably the only one I think ESPN should be.
One-on-one, but when it's four people with no moderator...
Yeah, I'm about to say that's the only person I like to hear him with.
All they're going to do is find a woman to moderate the conversation.
That's all you need.
Which is...
Well, I don't it's not, but
the thing is they're going to just do the typical sports brew, like, potion thing to create a show. And it's still not going to work. Like, this is not going to work. Nobody gives a fuck that Lil Wayne did the fucking theme song. Nobody cares.
It's pretty good, though. It's actually really good.
Do you care?
I just said it's good, so obviously I care that much.
That doesn't mean you care.
I care enough to say it's good, mister. So that's me caring.
I mean, yeah, so that doesn't really mean much. I don't think that making the show more hip isn't really what he needed to do. Skip should have got another fucking journalist. Real journalist to just go out with real journalism, like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's no disrespect to any of his co-hosts, but like, that shit is failed antics.
I don't know, but in this day and age, in this day and age, and with sports casts and sports analysis and stuff like that, and sports shows, you gotta have a player. You gotta have a retired player.
Yeah, you do.
You gotta have a retired player.
You do.
You don't need to have all three of them on there at once every day.
And I know I don't agree with you at that because first, First Take with Skip and Stephen A. is the best talk.
I'm talking about nowadays. You talking about something that happened 15,
But I'm talking about making
years
it
ago.
good. A good show. Because, like, yeah, Shannon and Skip were good, but they really weren't those last few years. At the beginning, it was cool because Skip was up there. Or not Skip. Shannon was up there acting a fool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it was good. But these... And I am one of those people that prefers the athletes being on the show. But in order to have a good sports show, like actually, you need two fucking journalists, two analytics, two analysts, two on the books guys.
Yeah.
Two guys that aren't involved, that didn't play, that don't have that legitimate bias. Because sports players have such a legitimate bias. Like, I played against this guy. Fuck what the numbers say. I know how good he is.
Exactly.
And that doesn't make for good TV. Because that really shuts down somebody that just looks at paper.
And I understand that because everybody has to have a job.
Yeah.
And I understand that.
Yeah.
And that's the silver lining between all that.
Yep.
Because I strongly agree that, ex-players should be.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely should be sports.
That's why that's going to be the best shit on fucking internet.
I mean, yeah, we're talking about Undisputed now, but the real sports show starts. The real talk show, the real sports talk show that starts
in a week or two?
Next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
And AB has joined It Is What It Is. If you're unfamiliar, former rappers, Camron.
Well, they're rappers.
Oh, yeah, because Camron, he does.
Former.
It's only money.
Yeah.
Yeah, Camron and Mase.
Nobody's ever a former rapper.
That's very true. Nobody's ever a former musician. Very true. Very true, because I'm about to say Ludacris. But Camron and Mase have their sports show on YouTube. If you're unfamiliar, it's called It Is What It Is.
This is the only time we've ever plugged another podcast.
Yeah, it's honestly the best shit on fucking TV. It's TV, internet, anything. Like, hands down, it's legitimate, wait for it entertainment every week. And it's because they are two motherfucking analysts. They're look at the paper, compare the shit. They might know a little bit, but they just...
Yeah, they know a little bit. They know what somebody went to high school. They know what somebody went to, you know what I'm saying? Real sports gurus like the Flex, where they know where...
the barbershop.
They do the barbershop talk, after the scrimmage talk, you know what I mean? And it's just two Harlem niggas doing that shit.
And they've added one of the most dynamic personalities to ever hit the sports world ever, and Antonio Brown to the cast for the football season. And this is the best addition to any sports show this summer. Hands down. If this actually comes to fruition, because we know how AB is today. He was just on Twitter, or X today, saying that his CTE was acting up. So
that shit was hilarious.
So if this comes to fruition, this will be like the craziest shit we've seen in sports TV in about forever.
Hell yeah, that'd be the latest.
I think that AB will honestly be a fucking great type of anchor for that type of show, because he's unhinged. Bro.
As long as they keep Stat Baby in the line, we good.
For you. But as far as the actual show goes, this is about to be... There's not going to be anybody fast enough to make clips fast enough from this show. Okay. I honestly cannot see this happening, just because if it does happen, how fucking ridiculous I think it's going to be.
That's going to be hilarious. Because he's going to be talking shit about everybody.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
You think AB will be up there talking shit?
Hell yeah. First of all, every ex-player that goes out in almost not a tragic fashion, but almost a derailment almost.
Yeah.
They always gonna talk shit when they got a chance, when they get their platform. Yeah. And AB has made a lot of moves since he's left.
Yeah, he's on the team.
Yeah.
Lost the team.
Exactly. Played a little bit.
Played for the team for a game, yeah. He done did some everything, so you got a point there.
He made some music,
put that shit on.
Yeah, had a good single.
Yeah.
Shit, we might get an AB, Cam, and Mase track.
That would be fun. Oh, yeah, shit. I need that tomorrow. ASAP. I need that to be the new intro for that. You know what I'm saying?
Ye produced it. I don't understand how that all worked, but shit, they would all sign off on that.
I don't know.
Hell yeah.
They getting too much money from Underdog. Because, they got the Underdog sponsorship or endorsement or partnership or what have you.
They do.
Yeah, so they're getting money now. Shout out to those guys. My favorite shit to watch right now, hands down. What else has been going on?
Oh, in the sports world, well, shit, we got the FIBA.
The FIBA games are happening.
Yeah.
And old dude was mad that the NBA champs call themselves the world champs, which I honestly I get what he's saying.
on a technical standpoint, on a grammatical standpoint, a geographical standpoint, he's correct.
Yeah.
But in reality, he's not.
How not?
Because the NBA is the world basketball. You know what I'm saying?
It's the best league in the world.
Regardless of
it's
what
the best league in the world, but the world champs are actually the Olympic champs.
I understand.
Which are
still
the Americans.
Played, yeah.
But I've always wanted this too. I mean, they don't call themselves the NBA championships. Actually, don't call NBA champions don't call themselves world champs.
Yeah.
So that's where he's fucked up in the get go. NFL champs are the ones that call themselves world champs, and if anything, he should have said that. That's the first mistake.
But in that reason, I can still
clarification.
But in that reason, I still understand why the NFL does it because we're the only.
There's no. There's.
I mean, you got the Canadian Football League.
There's more than one football league because now there's There's even more offshoots in America now.
Yeah, but it's still the NFL though. I understand what you're. I know. Understand what you're saying, but.
No, like, I mean, you're right. Like, when you put it that, people are making the semantic argument of, well, the best players in the world play in the NBA, so those people are the world champions. That's not true. The people that play in the Olympics and win the Olympics are the world champions. And basketball doesn't even call themselves world champions.
Yeah, I know.
So he fucked up. I think, in my opinion, people are trying to go around their fucking elbow to get to their, whatever the fucking saying is, to kind of justify that because... Definitely, no matter how you put it, NBA champions are only national champions.
Yeah. I mean, of course. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the World Series is a misnomer.
Oh yeah.
That's a misnomer too, because you're not playing against the world.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've always thought that.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as being a world champion, especially when you only play fucking a sport in your country. Like the only if anything, there's teams in Canada, so you would be the international champion.
Mm-hmm. I feel like America only feels like that because we created all three of those sports.
Which ones?
Football, basketball, and baseball.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only reason why that's why we gained that title.
But only one of those is the Olympics.
I know, but baseball is very worldwide.
Yeah.
They still had the children World Series?
The best player in American baseball is from where?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's so even though we invented it, the best player in the world.
It's exactly the best. And technically, the best player. Well, shit, it don't matter. You could say the best player. He's still not from America either in the NBA.
Nah, he probably not.
The
best player in the NBA is probably from America.
I'm talking about right now.
LeBron James is still purely the best player. Yeah.
I'm talking about as of the year 2023.
He's still the best player in the NBA. LeBron got farther than anybody that wasn't Jokic.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
I still think he's better than Jokic one-on-one. Put him one-on-one, I still think Brown ripping, killing Jokic.
I don't know about all that,
but even then,
I still think Jokic is the best player in the NBA right now.
Even if saying Jokic.
And then I still think before we actually gave it to him, for a while it was Giannis for that couple year stretch. So there have been two international players that have been considered the best.
But they were still only national champions in America.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, of course we know they're not going to win in the Olympics. Well, I don't know. It depends.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But they might. Because America has not always won gold.
Yeah, that is also true.
I've seen America in my lifetime.
In our lifetime, America has lost two.
So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I understand what he's saying, but I do think he's dead wrong.
I think it's a big stretch. It's a big stretch to be making a big humbug about.
Yeah, it's just too much. What's not a big stretch to make a big humbug about is this motherfucking Devin Haney and fucking Shakur Stevenson.
You just want to promote. You just want to book Stevenson fight right now if you could.
Why?
I'm talking about you. Because you want Shakur Stevenson to fight.
I want him to fight somebody.
You want him to fight more than anybody else.
Well,
if you could book that fight right now.
If I could book a fight, it would be Haney Stevenson. And it's just backed up more by this shit that they're leaking against each other.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah,
they're really playing a fucking game right now, I feel like. Because Shakur Camp leaks the fucking footage saying that pretty much Haney didn't want to go with him. If it's too hot, he would go up. You know what I'm saying? So if he was pretty much saying he was trying to duck Shakur no matter what, like no matter fucking what, he wanted to duck Shakur because Shakur was giving niggas work here and there, left and right. Like he wanted to duck that fight. That's what that clip was saying. That was from Devin Haney's father. You know what I'm saying? So then they counter with some motherfucking sparring footage with Shakur supposedly sparring against Devin, saying I'm done, it's too much, I'm tired type shit.
Damn.
So right now we're getting the fucking social media and celebrity boxing is coming and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
It's coming into real boxing, and for real, I'm here for it. Because like you said, I want to see motherfucking Shakur Stevenson fight somebody. Somebody worth fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Like now.
So all these cats are looking for right now.
Who do you think running?
I don't know, because that's the thing about me. I haven't kept up with Shakur Stevenson like that.
Haney barely won the last one.
And that's the thing. Of course, that's why Haney don't want to go to it.
Lomachenko.
Neither one of them want anybody. Either one of them right now.
No, I think Shakur does. I think Shakur knows.
Haney wants another low-level fight to get his name back up.
Yeah.
So he can bounce, because he knows. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
Lomachenko should have won that fucking fight.
Yeah, Lomachenko should have won that fight.
Yeah. So, and I didn't even watch the damn fight. I still not watched the damn fight. But I know Lomachenko, because I was actually pulling for Lomachenko in the first place. But, and that's actually a very rare case when I don't pull for the colored lad. Yeah, so he wants another mid-level fight to where he can boost his name up, back up, get in the good graces of the people. So then he can get his cut from the Shakur Stevenson fight, how he
and then
wanted
dip
to.
out if he loses.
And dip out.
Not dip out, but like come back. I think either Shakur wants a big payday to lose, or he knows he's finna do something crazy and wants the money up. Like, knows that if I go in there and beat this motherfucker's ass in the first 3 rounds and they make all this money and I only take this %, I'm fucking myself no matter what. But in my opinion, fuck it. Whoop his ass, take the 25, whoop his ass, because then you're the fucking champ. And then you can fucking swing nuts however you want to with percentage.
And that's what I'm about to say. I feel like that's why he's so eager to get this to get this Haney fight. So,
but he wants it at his percentage.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Haney just didn't have to do that.
Haney just has the belts. That's the only reason he gets percentage. Pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And his name is slightly bigger.
Nah, not right now.
I don't know, because I know more Haney than Shakur. I've heard more about Haney than Shakur.
I guess, yeah.
And I can say that's not being a die-hard, being a very casual, almost, yeah.
Like, I keep saying it. I don't take the 25 and whoop ass.
And I'm saying, and I feel like he's trying to bait the Haney fight into existence so he can argue that bigger bag right now. So if he does or when he wins, he can get that Tank fight. Because
I don't think nobody wants that Tank fight just yet, though.
And that's the sad
that
part.
Tank fight is still way off for a lot of people.
Sad part.
They're going to wait till Tank about 33, 34 to really try to test him.
That's the sad part. That's the sad
They're going
part.
to wait till he slow down a little bit to test him. If you're smart, that's what the fuck you do.
That's sad.
If you're smart, that's what the fuck you do.
Sad.
So that's business decisions. But I guess that's all.
That's that. You know what I'm saying? That sucks. Because you not, because I understand business decisions and health reasons and all that stuff, but what happened to giving the fans what they want? You know what I mean?
You got to be healthy enough to give them what they want.
I mean, shit.
Can't get your brain rocked with so much.
Hey, man, you wait until you're 34, you climbing up in age too.
Yeah,
you're not staying the same age while they getting old.
True, yeah.
So you got to fight them eventually. Yeah. It's still going to be a 3-year gap, whether he 27, 28, 25.
Yeah, but 3-year gap when you're the younger one really helps an advantage long day.
I don't know. When y'all both in the 30s, it don't matter.
Being 27 against 30 helps a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. But
that type of shit.
When y'all both in your 30s, it don't matter.
Yeah, but it's still...
Y'all about to... You and everybody...
So I said catch him at the right age.
You and everybody let us know how the 30s feel, so it don't matter.
Exactly. Well...
Yeah, I threw you in here. You can't be quiet forever, pimp. You can't stay in the cut forever. Yeah, Aaron's been in the cut the whole time to listen to us talk. He ain't want to act, you know what I'm saying? He didn't want to say nothing.
He was just playing his part producer, just chilling.
Don't
he had to call the man out.
I had to. I had to let people know Aaron was here for this pod today.
Hey, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Got anything you want to say?
No.
It's make sure that you like and subscribe. Download if you're listening to us on one of the streaming platforms, podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts. There's Amazon Music.
I think a Google Podcast.
Yeah, Google Podcasts.
Yeah.
Anything you're listening to us on, make sure you download. That definitely helps us out. Like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Like the clip.
Follow us on X.
Yeah, follow us on everything. You'll get our link tree and all of our bios and descriptions. It's your boy Mr. aka Super 357, best known as Prince Godbody, joined by
The God King.